Hey guys, welcome to a video, not a stream, a new video and hopefully a new series which will be arriving and continuing on this channel. I've decided to kind of showcase some of the mods coming out on the Vortex. Some mods which people may have heard of, some mods which haven't. People may not have heard of, but what I'm going to do is basically bring these mods to your attention and kind of show you what they do and where you can get them from, majority off the Vortex, and yeah, hopefully it'll give you a little bit of an insight onto what the mod is, what it does, and if it's something you would actually want to download for your game. So first of all, on our first ever episode, you'll have to excuse me, the editing may not be up to par, but on the first episode of the mod showcase, we've got Bandit Militia. Now I'll quickly hop into my single player game and I'll show you exactly what Bandit Militia does. Okay, we're in and let's have a look then. So we've got 5 looters here, which are just normal looters. Now what Bandit Militia actually does is allows looters to eventually merge. As long as they're not getting attacked or anything like that, they will eventually merge and spawn in greater units, or spawn in different militia groups. Now you will still find generic bandits around, so you still see your everyday looters, more so than the Bandit Militias. Bandit Militias are very special, and we'll come to that in a minute. So you still see all the sea raiders, you'll still see all the desert bandits, all the mountain bandits, forest bandits, everything still spawns in. What's different here is it allows, for example, we've got 11 looters over here and 5 looters over here. It allows eventually for these 5 to potentially merge with 11. Now the problem with normal bandits is, or looters should we say, and it really applies to all types of bandit, is their morale is so low. And this is probably one of the biggest hates for me, is just looters' morale so low. If you've got a couple, if you've got like, okay, so I've got 25 troops here. Say if I had 100 troops and I had a couple of recruits I just wanted to quickly level up. If I was to fight maybe 50 looters, I could kill, say, I don't know, 6, 7 looters. And then the morale would drop to the point where the looters would just feel the need to run away. And so unless I kept on chasing down the looters over and over and over and again, it would just be kind of irrelevant attacking these. They may as well just go and attack another army. And this kind of applies even now. Even at level 25, if I could maybe push these 2 together and attack all 16 of these looters at the same time, even then, maybe if I kill 4 or 5 of them, they'll run. Which makes leveling up, bearing in mind I've only got recruits at the moment, maybe I could get a level, a single recruit out of this. So it's kind of annoying, and it just, all it does is just make looters just run off all over the place with just like 2 or 3 dudes. No one can catch them, no one can do anything with them. But what Bandit Militia does is changes that entirely. Now let me just quickly hop over to the Bandit Militia group I've got stashed away in my secret cave for 1 minute. Okay, so finally here we are. We've found the naughty boys where they've been hiding, and they're just over here by these 2 horses. Coincidentally, just where we've I finished up the last scene. Nothing suspicious going on there. So here we've got someone called Breeden. His actual name is Breeden the Boulder, and he's got a Bandit Militia. So what this mod allows you to do, or allows bandits to do more so, is to merge together. So if you remember, we had 11 boys over here and we had 7 boys over here, or 6 boys over here, I can't remember. Imagine those 2 merged and I don't know, they rallied up a couple more chumps and they got 24 troops together. What happens with the mod is they will churn out a leader to lead the bandits to glory and victory and big piles of loot and gold and other looter promises. And it'll throw out someone to lead them. So as we can see here, we've got Breeden with his 2 mighty fine spears, as well as an axe and a mace. Now everything is randomly generated. Ignore them. Everything is randomly generated. So the banner is randomly generated, the Lord's name's randomly generated, and what he has equipped is also randomly generated. Now a cool thing, as you may already see, is his infantry is not only is not the only one there. It's also accompanied by a ranged unit. So what Bandits Militia do is they don't only bring just bandits to the group. They will bring, for example, maybe lore-wise traitors and deserters to their cause. And so if you hold down Alt, you can see what kind of bandits they've got in their forces, or what kind of units they've got in their forces. Sorry. So Breeden the Boulder has 13 looters, which is to be expected, and that is something you'll see mostly. They will have majority looter forces. It's a bandit militia. It's not another lord. You won't find him in the encyclopedia anywhere. This is just a lord, This is just a hero who's running around leading bandits. They're not anything special. They will not be in the encyclopedia. They will not join other kingdoms. They are there solely to make looters and bandits harder. And so as you can see here, he's got 13 looters, which, you know, to be expected. He's also got 6 Imperial archers as well as 4 Imperial infantrymen. So what that does is makes bandits a little bit tougher, and this applies majority to, well, I say majority, this applies to wherever they spawn. So for example, he's got basically 10 Imperial troops. If he was to spawn over here in the Azerai lands, he would most likely spawn with Azerai deserters or traitors. If he was to spawn over here in the Sturgian lands. Don't worry about this, I will explain this in probably another mod showcase. So this is a pretty cool, nifty mod. I will talk about this. But if they were to spawn up here, they would spawn with Sturgian deserters, and so therefore would scale depending on where they spawn. Now 24, they will oh, he thinks he can take me, which we will see. Maybe he can. Bearing in mind I've only got 24 recruits. Now they will scale up depending on your size. Now because this literally is a fresh spawn, I've just quickly jumped into a save file, recruited 25 dudes, which is my max capacity, and tried to find a naughty boy, which I found. I've seen pictures where they can get up to group sizes of maybe 200. You know, making it a little bit more challenging for you to fight. So straight off the bat, you will run into group sizes of similar level. You, throughout your campaign, will still come up against sizes like this, just like any other looters. You'll at some point see 3 or 4 looters. You'll at some point see 50 to 60 looters, right? Bandit militias, this is probably their lowest spawn. They don't normally spawn below 20. They maybe 20, 21, 22. They don't tend to spawn below 20. However, at the beginning, they will spawn around these levels. If you do find a big Chungus unit, apologies, you probably will get wiped out by this bandit militia. Not my problem. So what we quickly do is we'll jump in into the battle. We'll fight this guy, and we'll see what kind of effect the bandit militia hero will have on fighting just, you know, bandits. We'll have a look. So let's hop on in. Okay, so we are in. I do have a Karen mod installed, so don't worry about that. My troops are over there, and this is Breeden's forces. Again, he was in the world map with 2 spears and apparently a axe, which, yeah, an axe and a mace. So, yeah, truth be told, that is what he's equipped with. So everything is applied just like normal. If you look at him, you can see what he's got, and you can kind of wise up your odds as to whether or not you'll be able to take him on. If I was to fight this guy, probably not. I don't think I've really got the equipment to fight him. However, I've got the numbers, so maybe I should be able to win this one. As you can see, his bandits do hold his banner, which is a randomly generated banner. All the banners are completely randomly generated. Nothing's normal, nothing's the same. And I think they do have more options, but I mean, white and red is definitely more options than what we are accustomed to. So you can see some really funky banners when you come across some of them. Another cool thing you'll probably realise is they're not all charging at you. They're keeping in a straight line, and they've got the archers towards the back. Now what this means is bandits, when they're in militia, it doesn't change normal heroes, normal looter party, sorry. It only changes militias. So when they're in militias, they will now use tactics just like lords. So what this means is you won't just be charged by anything and everything. You will now have tactics. Just like if looters were to join, I don't know, a mercenary band, the looters in that mercenary band would show tactics. And so here with the bandit militia, they're doing the same thing. They're keeping the infantry at the front, and they'll keep the archers at the back. The archers will obviously try and not get killed, whereas the infantry will try and block any damage coming their way, and try and reduce the amount of damage coming into the... Jesus Christ, he's tall. Sorry, coming into the archers at the back. So that's another cool thing. And like I say, morale was a big problem for me. Normally, you could maybe kill this guy, and this guy, and then all these would run. Super annoying thing with looters. They're just cowards, really. They're just cowards. However, because they're now led, technically, by Breeden himself, if we quickly hop into combat, which I believe I can press this, that's made it normal, good. Okay, I'm going to charge my dudes in. Like I say, I've got literally nothing, so I'm going to try not to die here. Because they're now led by a hero, they shouldn't really run, which is going to make fighting bandit militias a lot better. So let's have a look here. I'm gonna try not to die. Again, the archers are using tactics. 71 damage, naughty. They're using tactics. I'm gonna probably lose a couple of guys here. I just got shot. But you can see the looters are still fighting. Infantry is running away there, and the archers running away there. But some of them are still fighting. So if you consider, let me just quickly slow down this time. If you consider how many people actually died there, how many of them actually died? 14 plus 3 wounded. So 17 of them, and they're still fighting. They're still fighting one archer lesson. 17 of them died before the morale got to the point where most of them were like, right, fuck this, I'm out. Where if you compare that to maybe 50 looters, double the party size of what we just fought, you could maybe kill, I don't know, 5, 6, and they'd run away. So you are killing a hell of a lot more, and there's our victory. These guys will just run. And there we are, killing a hell of a lot more. They'll try and run them down, but they won't be able to. And it'll just get a lot more experience for our troops. Now, I don't think we got 2 knocked out, so it's not really much of a problem for us. So yeah, it's a really cool, nifty mod, which just makes bandits. Maybe again, don't fight looters. Looters are now relevant at a higher stage. But eventually, you know, it would be better off to fight militias, especially if you've got some recruits. Like I say, 20 recruits to level up. After one battle, 20 recruits. Now I've got nothing changed. I've got no mods to alter this. So 2 wounded. And so 2 of the wounded didn't level up, which is fine. And 2 of the other trumps didn't level up. But I've got 20 recruits. Now I don't think I've got enough. I might have enough money. I mean, it's irrelevant anyway. There we go. So just after that one battle against militia, because it wasn't just looters, it was infantrymen, it was archers, and there was a lord in there, or what the game perceives as a lord. We've got a lot of experience, and again, this is another good way to get some early money by selling some naughty boys to the ransom broker. So yeah, let's have a look at loot. Boom, loot again will also be scaled up. You'll get a lot better loot. So already we've got better shoes. Sure, that's not really that much better. We ain't got any better chest pieces yet. Put a scarf on and put a nice little hat on. We might even get a... I don't know, we don't. We could crude hammer shot. So there you go. You will get more loot because, again, you are fighting a lord. You're not a very small tiered lord, and the units within that party are really bad. However, you are still fighting a lord. So that is a little bit of an insight as to what Bandit Militia mods will bring you. Quickly just going to show you the encyclopedia. If we go on to clans, there are no... If we go, for example, minor, D is myself. I didn't really name myself. You'll see that there's no one here, right? There's no other mercenary clans. All these bandits do not fall under anywhere. You cannot find them again. Breeden is now dead. However, you know, you could walk around and you could potentially find someone else. I don't think I'm going to be able to find anyone quickly, but they are quite common. It's more so from what I've seen from testing up in the Battalion area. But there you go. That is a little quick mod showcase of what Bandit Militia does. It really makes these looters a bit of a threat. So for example, here we go. 25, 5, 4. If these all move together, that's 29 units, and some of them will become Imperial troops instead of just looters. So if it is something you would consider downloading, it's something which interests you, it is very compatible with a lot of things. I've got an array of mods on my single player campaign currently loaded in. Again, I will talk about this mod in a future video if it's something people are interested in. But if you are interested in Bandit Militia, you can find a link down below. It's a super simple install if you've got the Vortex installer. I think it's called Vortex. Nexus Nexus installer. I think I've called it Vortex. Whoops. Nexus installer. If you've got Nexus, super easy, super simple to download on there. If people are interested in a video on how to install mods, I can quickly do it. It's super simple. If not, the link is down below in the description. Please do check it out. It's a really fun mod, and it does add something super simple but also super intuitive to your gameplay. So thank you very much, everyone. This has been me, Ruku, starting a new series. Hopefully this will be a new thing. I will look at other mods, and I'm more than welcome or happy to take in recommendations. If you've got a recommendation of a mod you'd like to be showcased, by all means whack it down in the comments or DM me in Discord, and I'll make a video on it. But there you go. This is Bandit Militia. My name's Ruku, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.